Hi everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday. We are back on Thursdays for January 6th of 2022. I'm just going to give it a minute here for all of you to find me live before we get started, and for me to make sure I can find myself live before we get started. And we will begin in just a couple of minutes. So if you are out there and you're finding me, please comment and tell me hello and let me know that you're here. And like I said, we'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. So Happy New Year to all of you. Hi, Philomena and Kay and Marsha. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So anyway, so excited for the new year and my first Facebook Live with you all. So I'm excited to be doing that. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I know I sure did. So I left my notes over there. Yep, sorry. I always write up my notes, and I left them over at the other table. Anyway, but I hope you all had a wonderful holiday, a wonderful Christmas. We sure did. My mom came and stayed with us for a whole week, and we did Christmas at my house this year since my sister had surgery and really couldn't make the 2.5-hour trek to my mom's house. So Mom came to us and shared some time with us, which was really nice. We really enjoyed having her here for that duration. And then for the New Year's, we just kind of rang it in with our my son and daughter-in-law and played games and watched movies. And so anyway, but it was a nice, relaxing time. I actually took off from work. And when I say took off from work, I mean I didn't do hardly any Stampin' Up! Stuff the week between the holidays. So I kind of felt like my brain was turning to mush, though, because I'm so used to being so busy. But it was a nice break. So hi to Julie and Carol, Shelby, Gail, another Julie. We have Patty and Carol, Courtney. I'm so happy you guys are all joining me. So it's nice to be back to my normal schedule and our Facebook Live on Thursday. Although I got to tell you, it kind of threw me off because I've been so used to being live on some Wednesdays, some Thursdays. But anyway, excited to have a little bit of my schedule back to work at my job on Monday as well. So anyway, but yeah, so hopefully the holidays treated you all well and that you all had time to share with your family, friends, however you spent your Christmas. For me, it was very relaxing and very nice just to have a little bit of that downtime. So anyway, new catalog is live. Don't you guys love the new catalog? I have found so many things. I say this all of the time, but I always say, oh, I don't need that bundle. And then I see something made with it and I got to have the bundle. So I think I've got probably 80% of the bundles in the catalog. So I'm excited to be sharing them with you over the upcoming weeks of this new catalog being live. As you guys know, with the new catalog, Celebration also began. Any $50 order qualifies you for a free Celebration item from our Celebration flyer. And I think next week my Facebook Live is going to be going over some of those Celebration products and making some cards with you using them. But tonight I chose to focus on Valentine's Day. So usually I start my Valentine's Day projects way before Christmas, kind of like doing Christmas cards in July. I start Valentine's Day when we were able to pre-order this stuff back in mid-November for me. And so I love it. Separate from Christmas, I love Valentine's Day. I love everything about the colors because it's pinks and reds and purples and hearts, and who doesn't love that, right? So I'm going to share with you the product bundle that's called Sweet Conversations. So hopefully you guys will like that. Before I get started, let's go over our sharing. So last time before the holiday break, I think it was January or December 22nd, I think was my last Facebook Live with all of you. I had 2 bolts of ribbon up for grabs. I had the pool party and white striped, and then the peach. This is our pale papaya, sorry. I call it peach because I paired it with the peach bundle from the annual catalog for some cards. And our winners of the pool party and white striped is Beth Merkel. So congratulations to Beth. Yay, Beth. All right, and then the winner of the Pale Papaya ribbon is Nancy Snoblin. So congratulations to Nancy and to Beth. Those will go in the mail for you guys, you ladies. Sorry, I always say you guys. So yeah, up for grabs this week. If you share my video this week, I have the Genial Gems and I have some linen thread. I had a bunch of linen thread. Next week, I'll have new product to give you guys from the new catalog. So that is our 2 prizes for next week. Again, you just share my video, let other people know about me, and you'll get into the drawing. So as I said, as I took that week off, I really did a lot of revamping and changing things a little bit with my business. So one change, any of you that get my kits in the mail or play my bingo, and shout out to Rachel. I'm not sure if Rachel's watching live tonight, but Rachel let me know of a new mailing solution called Pirate Ship. And I actually have implemented a new system for mailing my packages. So everything will be on one label and not the little return label and the label and the postage stamp. So all of my my packages are going to be looking a little bit different. They're still going to be pink. You're still going to get pink mail, but the my shipping method is so much easier. It's streamlined. I did my first 3 packages yesterday with it, and I fell in love with it, and I'm not sure why I didn't make the change a long time ago. So anyway, thank you for sharing, Gail. I appreciate it. Yeah, make sure you guys comment that you shared, because if you have your settings on Facebook in a certain way, I can't always see that you've shared it. So commenting definitely gets you in the drawing, because I look through all those comments and dump all of your guys' name, all of you ladies' name, into that drawing bucket. So anyway, classes. My classes are slowly starting to open up. Registration links are starting to get created. I have 5 of them this month. I have Catching Butterflies, which actually I think was released yesterday. And then over my hedgehogs, my happy hedgehogs. All of you know that we have our hedgehog family here. We have 5 hedgehogs as pets. So we have, oh gosh, I'm going to have to remember their names now. Tink and Taffy and Rosa and Hazel. I'm looking at Clara. She's looking at me. And Spike. Okay. So our last 2 we adopted. We took them in from other families. And the other 3 were ours that we got for ourselves through the last 4 or 5 years. But anyway, so I had to do a hedgehog class. It just wouldn't be me if I didn't. So that class is out there. And then I'm doing a gumball class. You're going to start seeing some of those videos show up and pop up on YouTube. So if you're not part of my YouTube channel yet or haven't subscribed, make sure you go to YouTube, search Kim Vogel, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that is another thing that I'm going to be changing a little bit. I'm going to be starting to do a few more YouTube videos in addition to my Facebook Lives. So anyway, you'll be seeing that gumball class featured over on YouTube, and that one you'll be able to sign up for here as well. And it's really, really cute. I might show you guys a little sneak peek. I have the cards sitting off to my left, so maybe I'll show you a little sneak peek of them if I remember after on my Facebook Live tonight. I have the class I'm presenting tonight is a class that you can sign up for. That registration link will be coming out this week as well. They all open up this week. Friendly Hello, which is a class regarding or focusing on a stamp set and paper from Celebration. And then I said Catching Butterflies. So yeah, lots of stuff. Golf ball, that's cute. Gumball. Yeah, if you saw that Gumball bundle in the catalog and you were like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure I'd like it, it's so easy to make the shaker cards. And so I'll be featuring those, like I said, on my videos. Celebration going on now through February. You can get a free item. And then there's also an awesome join promotion. And I don't really like to even call it a join promotion, because if you like Stampin' Up! Products and you're putting in regular orders, I encourage everyone to get the discount on the product. So if you were to sign up as they call a demonstrator, and I always say you don't have to do what I do. You can be your own best customer and be a happy shopper, hobby demonstrator. You can get 20% off all of your orders that you submit and that you place through your own demonstratorship. During Celebration, you get 2 free stamp sets of your choice. Any dollar value, 2 free stamp sets, and then you also get to pick $125 of product and only pay $99 plus tax, free shipping. Okay, so and it's a risk-free promotion. There's no obligation that you have to order anything after that, but if you did, you would get your 20% discount on that. So if you want more information on that, please let me know. But it's a great opportunity. I'd love to have you be part of my team. I do lots of events that are geared just for my team, and even if you do not live local, you can still participate in them through my Facebook Lives, through receiving things in the mail. So there are lots of options there as well. Okay, so who's ready for some cute cards with our Sweet Conversations bundle? I'm going to transition my camera down. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And yeah, I hope you guys like what I've created for you tonight. Okay, so here we go. Just going to transition my camera down to my stamp area here. So you're going to get a little sneak peek of all of my projects. Woohoo! Aren't they awesome? I'm going to also remove my little here for all of my external devices that I had plugged in while you guys get to see me. All right. Oh, Courtney, I love the excitement. All right. So here are the projects. Lots of them. Okay. So I'm going to move them out of the way, and I'm going to start by showcasing the product suite. Hi, Janie. So you guys can see that first. And the candy, yeah, most of it got 8. Okay, so anyway, in our little catalog here, we have this awesome, it's called Sweet Talk Bundle, okay? And in this bundle, so this first page is just some samples of projects that Stampin' Up! Has created. You're going to see that I created a card similar, that I was inspired by this one. But this is the product suite that I wanted to share with you. Now, I don't have the embossing folder here in front of me, but I do have the cardstock embossed that I can show you, so you'll be able to see that. But we have the Sweet Conversations bundle, which is the stamp set and coordinating dies. And these dies, I'm just going to show you on the catalog here and bring it right in so you can see. You get lots of different little shapes there. This one right here is like a little envelope. So you can make a little envelope and put a heart in it. So cute. So this is the bundle, and this is $42.25 stamp set coordinating dies that go with it. And then there is some, what is this? This is the Real Red Linen Ribbon. It's a real pretty ribbon, red. It's similar to the sheer one from Christmas, but not sheer. It's like a real faint, fine linen. It's really, really pretty. And then there are some iridescent rhinestones, and you're going to see that I've used a lot of them. Let me put this underneath some colored cardstock so you guys can see them a little bit better. There you go. Can you kind of see the iridescent? They're like clear, but they're kind of iridescent rhinestones. And those look, so when you have them in the right light, you can kind of see the sparkle to them. So I kind of like those. And then you have this awesome designer series paper. Again, it all coordinates with that Sweet Conversations bundle. So I'm going to bring in some of the designer series paper so you can see it. Oh, and the boxes. I got to show you the boxes. So here's some of the designer series paper. Yes, my nails coordinate. Isn't this a nice color? I have not had this color on my nails in a very long time. And I let my nail technician, Fong, just pick out. I said, I don't know what I want this week. And he said, I gotcha. And I went, okay, so this is what I got. And I really like the color. I think it'll be a color that I do more often. It's like a pinky purple. All right, so here's some of the patterns of the designer series paper. So here you can see those right there. And then on the back side, you have, I love these hearts. So these hearts, there are coordinating dies to cut them out, or you can just use your paper snips and cut them out. But here's some of the back sheets of the designer series paper. Now, what I like about this paper this year is it's not just traditional pinks and reds. I love that it's got some of the purple in it, a little bit of the green, the granny apple green. It just kind of is a little bit different approach to their Valentine suite. And at first I didn't know if I would like it, but once I started playing with it, I fell in love with it. It is so, so pretty. So this paper, as normal, they're paper packs. You get 12 pieces of paper, $11.50 for 12 pieces, and they're all double-sided. You get 2 of each one. Okay, the final product that I didn't show you guys are these awesome little treat boxes. And this is where I'm going to start with my presentation for this evening. Hi to Joanne and Mary. Welcome. These little treat boxes, you get 10 of them for $10. So it's like $1 a box. Okay, and they are already all pre-scored. Sorry, that was noisy. I should have had one out beforehand. But they're all already pre-scored, so all you have to do is fold them. Now, they are food safe as well. And if you're going to do the food safe, I like to do like kind of the more shiny side in for that. That's just my own personal thing. And I'm just going to fold in all of these little lines. Now, the neat thing is this box is the perfect size for conversation hearts. What I will tell you though, so I bought some conversation hearts. Let me get to that in a minute. I bought some conversation hearts thinking, oh, maybe this will just fit inside the box. Nope, they are exactly the same size. So I actually dumped out the little hearts from here, and put them into this box that we're going to be making tonight. This is just this box decorated with a piece of paper. And then inside of here is where I dumped all the hearts. Yeah, they're only half full because, you know, I've been eating them as I've been making my projects. But the neat thing is, I guess my point is, you don't necessarily have to purchase these little boxes. You could buy the bags of these, like in the great big bag, and then just fill your box. It'd be a little bit cheaper. I had thought maybe these might fit inside, but they don't. Okay, so that's just a little point and tip that I wanted to share with you. That would probably be cheaper to just purchase the bags, the bigger bag, and then fill your little boxes yourself. Okay. So this is what we're going to be making first. And the neat thing is this, like I said, is already all pre-scored. So all you have to do is fold these up. Quick and simple, easy, like for classrooms. I know I miss that. I don't have to do classroom Valentines anymore. And I miss it. I used to like really enjoy it. So now I still make them and tell the girls to give them to their dance friends or to their friends at school. And I think they get annoyed by it, but they do it. Or either they do it and hand them out, or they just tell me they do and they hide them in their room. I'm not sure. But anyway, they don't come home. So I'm hopeful that they give them to their friends. Anyway, that's just a little joke because they're like, do we have to, Mom? I'm like, yeah, your friends will love it. Do it. Okay. So, and of course with me being on video, it's not going to go together as nicely as I want it to. So those go in, and then you're just going to put, this up and on the outside. I want those on the outside of the sticky. Yeah. There we go. There we go. And then you're just going to fold this in and line this up with that edge. Give it a good seal. And then the same thing on this side, line it up. Give it a good seal. And literally, thank you, Peggy. Yes, my new classes will all be posting this week. So like I said, with me taking that week off, it took me a good week to get my head back in the game and get going. But I am there. And I think you guys are going to love some of the things that I prepared for you. I really think you will. Okay, so from here, I simply decorated this box with just a piece of the designer series paper. This is cut 2.5 by 3.5, and it fits perfect on here. Now, if you wanted to, you could also put like a piece of red cardstock on here and make this 1/4 inch smaller, and then you'd have a red border around it. But I literally whipped this together like 10 minutes ago, so I didn't have time to do all that cutting. So hi Nancy, I am so glad you are here with us tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down onto the front of my box, and again it's going to be the perfect size because I've already cut that. And then what I did for this little piece is this is just the opposite side of this designer series paper. And I just kind of fussy cut this. Now, normally I would have probably, if I had more time, layered. I'm a big layering person. All of you know that. I would have probably layered this with red or purple or something. But again, I didn't have the time to do that. So tonight, Natalie's car's been not being very cooperative. So Matt had to take her, my husband had to drive her to work today. I had to, at 1 o'clock, leave work to pick her up, to take her to the school because she was at work. And then she had dance team practice, so I had to wait to take her from, anyway, long story short, I got really behind the 8 ball getting everything done and getting home in time to have dinner done before we left. You know, the whole back into that routine thing. Yeah. So then I stamped Happy Valentine's Day, and that is just from the Sweet Conversation stamp. And I stamped it, it's right here at the top, and I stamped it on a 1/2 inch strip of a Whisper White, Basic White. I don't know if I'm ever going to get used to saying Basic White. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on with a couple of dimensionals. So this is a neat and fun way that you can create little Valentine treat boxes with those conversational hearts or any candy. You could also put M&Ms in here if you wanted to, or anything that you might want to do in there. But like I said, I ended up putting in these little, I really thought that this box would fit inside this one, but it doesn't. And I'll show you guys what I mean, but yeah, it doesn't. It's the exact same size. So I'm like, nope, not gonna fit. So anyway, but I just dumped the candies from this box into this box. So like I said, if that's something you're looking at doing with any grandchildren for Valentine days or anything. Oh, Red Hots are a great idea, Courtney. Love that idea, and I love those Red Hots. Now I'm going to want some. So any candy that you might want to put in here, but this just is a little bit better presentation than handing somebody a little box like this. So, and I don't think they're a bad price, $10 for 10 of them, and look how fast and quick that went together. So again, my project tonight for this, my 3D project is very quick and very simple, but very easy for you guys to all duplicate. And you could change it up with anything else that you might want to from that product suite and designer series paper. So isn't that cute? I love the boxes. So perfect for that. All right, so let me see what I have here first for my first card. How do I have these stacked? We're gonna go with this one. Okay, so we're gonna start with this card right here. So with this card, I wanted to showcase, thank you, Janet. I wanted to showcase those awesome little trendy, what's the word? Envelopes, that's it. Envelopes, and how easy it is to make those. So when you cut it out with your machine, you get it, it looks like this. And then you can just fold in on these, so you can see that it's got the little, already you got it creased. So you can just fold them in like that. And that's what I did. And then I left the top open so that I could put in, and you could also, if you prefer, to do it this way and have them out, whichever way you like. I like to do it this out and that up. And then you're going to want to use a really good adhesive to glue that down. So for my video tonight, I'm just going to probably use Seal to save a little bit of time. But you may even want to use like the Tombow liquid glue to really hold that together, because I used glue dots originally and it still popped open with glue dots. So for this card, I chose to bring in some of the So Saffron cardstock. So I'm pulling out some of the yellows that are in this. And we're just going to fold that in half for the base of our card. And then I have a piece of real red that's 5 1/4 by 4. You know, it would help if I fold that nice and straight. Let me fix that. There we go. All right. So 5 1/4 by 4. And then this is the designer series paper that I've cut. Now, you're going to notice something. It's a little bit different than the one that I have here. So I like to change things up on you guys so you can kind of see that, you know, you don't always have to have the exact same piece of paper there. Mine's a little bit different because I ran out of this one. So, but the neat thing is it all color coordinates, so it's not going to matter at all. So, and I'm going to run out of Seal, I can tell, throughout the night. So I'm going to have to make one of my helpers down here go find me a Seal refill. It's around the corner around the corner. Claire, do you want to show her where they're at? All right. So I'm going to glue that down like that. And then I have a piece of vellum. Now this vellum is cut 4 by 3, and this vellum is where I ran through with the that gingham embossing folder, so you can kind of see. Oh, you are welcome, Diane. I'm glad that you enjoyed your card. I think I sent out, so just to tell you guys, my Christmas cards, because I love sending out Christmas cards. I sent out over 350 Christmas cards between my, all of you, my family, my friends, people I work with. I love it. It was so fun. So that's just a little bit of an idea of how many I send out. Okay, so then I'm just going to adhere this down to the middle. You can just set it, yeah. And, oh, we have to adhere this down as well. So on these first couple cards, I don't think I hardly even used much of the ribbon because you really didn't need a whole lot of the ribbon. Now, why I put the vellum down there is just to kind of, I wouldn't say dumb down the background, but you can kind of see it gives it more of a frosted look, right? More of a frosted look there. And that's kind of what I was looking for and the look I was going for. All right, so then we have the little envelopes we're just going to adhere together. Like I said, I would probably normally use that liquid glue, but to save a little bit of time, I'm just putting them together like that. And then we'll do the other one. Now you can see that one of these is a little bit smaller than the other, and that's the one that I used for the open end. Now if you wanted to though, you could completely fold it all up. You wouldn't have to have any of it open, but I liked to leave a little bit of it open. So I'm just going to adhere and adhere. And then these two I put down with some dimensionals. Oh, that's awesome, Diana, that people, I think that, you know, a card in the mail is just so awesome. Like, I love receiving them myself, you know, and I think I received a record number this year too, now that you say that. So, so Catherine, for that, the vellum, yes, I just did it how I would normally do a regular, the regular embossing. So I used the platform, and then just a cutting plate, then the vellum, and then another cutting plate. So just however you would normally do your cardstock, I did it the exact same way, and it didn't rip it or anything. So, because sometimes I know that can happen, but I had no issues at all. All right, so in advance, because I like to do a little bit of the stamping in advance, so that otherwise I have a mess of stuff here. So what I did is, with the Sweet Conversation stamp set, I stamped out on Blushing Bride one of the Hug Me. So I stamped out the heart with Blushing Bride ink on Blushing Bride cardstock, used the coordinating die to cut it out. And then I did the same thing with the Love You. I used So Saffron. This one I got a little bit crooked, but I left it that way because I want to show you guys something. So that one is this one right here. And I cut it out with the die. Now you can see here that it slipped a little bit on me, and I was like, oh, I really don't want to do it over. You can still see the line pretty good. Just trim that off with your scissors, and no one's going to know the difference. So that is why I'm like, I'm going to keep using that one. Just share a little tip. It doesn't always have to be completely perfect when you can fix it yourself. All right, so I'm just going to put these little hearts in. Thank you, Philomena. So Hug Me and Love You. Now you could have also used the bigger ones if you wanted to and added some more, the You're Cute, the Text Me, BFF, but I liked those two the best. And then again, we're using a 1/2 inch strip of my scraps of basic white. I stamped the Happy Valentine's Day in the real red. And I'm just going to cut these off. And if you're not good at cutting them off just by looking at it and cutting, you can always get your paper trimmer. I've gotten pretty good at just doing it that way. And then again, we're going to put it down with a couple of dimensionals. So those of you that have purchased my caddies, I wanted to give you an update. My friend Lucas is busy printing them. I have a few of them here. They're going to start shipping next week. So just for the record, it takes him 17 hours to print one. But oh, I cut a banner in that one and I didn't on this one. So if you're new to joining me on my Facebook Live, what I'm talking about are these awesome little caddies right here. My friend Lucas, who I work with, I work in IT, and he's a technician there, and he loves playing with his 3D printer, and he figured these out to hold all of our adhesives. So like my snail would fit in here, or my seal. So but it takes him 17 hours to print one of them. And then they're blue. We have them in blue, pink, or purple. The pink, I think we may have to go with a little bit of a darker pink, because the pink that he had originally was, I should get the darker pink one out. It's over in that bag. But anyway, we had to go with a little bit of a darker color pink too. So you'll either get the light pink or the dark pink if you bought the pink one. I think I have you down, Philomena, for one. If you're wondering how much they are $20 if you're local to me to have one picked for pickup. $28 to have it shipped. Okay, but this is the darker pink, so you can kind of see that he had to. Of course, manufacturing issues. We all know global shipping issues, right? So this is the other pink that he had to go with. That's the best that he could find, but I think they're both pretty. So yeah, if any of you, I see that Mary and Catherine, you both have commented on that. Feel free to send me a private message after my Facebook Live, and I'll send you the link to be able to register. I'll also put it in the description of my video after I'm done tonight for all of you. If I don't do it tonight, it will be in the morning for all of you to be able to sign up. But if you already did, then you're probably already in there with that. So they are signing up, or they are going to start shipping. He's been dropping them off to me at work as he's printing them. So, you know, every 4 or 5 days I get 5 or 6 more. So anyway, hi Molly, and welcome to my page. I'm glad that you are here. So any of you that are new, I see a few other new names popping up here. Please also join my group. So I have a group and a page. My page is where I do my Facebook Lives, but I post lots of information and about my classes and ordering promotions and things that I do over on my Facebook group. And so I'll also have that link to join my group in the description of the video here tonight after my Facebook Live as well. Or just search for Kim Vogel's Basement Bunch Stampers. They should both pop up. So make sure you also like my page that you're on right now tonight. So would would love to have you like that as well. So here you have the first card, and like I said, this one I cut the little banner in. I was busy talking, doing what I like to do best. But isn't that a cute little card made? And then you can see I just embellished with some of those little iridescent rhinestones here and there. But I love it. I love it. It's such a pretty card, you know, and it's still very trendy with Valentine's Day. All right, so let me see what I have on my docket here next. So again, those of you that are new, I try not to go past 8 o'clock. My Facebook Lives are every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I try really hard to limit them to an hour, just so that you guys can all go on your night and not have to worry and wonder how much longer Kim's going to be talking, because Kim could talk a long time. All right, so this is the next card that I'm going to share with all of you. Isn't that cute? Again, I love the paper. However, I changed it up for the one that we're going to be making tonight. Isn't that cute? Again, just so you guys can kind of get a different idea of the fact that you don't have to always just use the same pattern. Change things up. It's still going to give you the same look. So for this card, I chose Carol's favorite color. Carol, this is your favorite color. Highland Heather. She loves purple. So I knew you would love it, Carol. All right, so there's the card base. And then I used Pool Party for my first layer. This is cut 5 1/4 by 4, and I ran it through the Stamp Emboss die cut machine using the Tasteful Textiles embossing folder. Gives it a nice little subtle look, and it's probably one of my favorite embossing folders out of the annual catalog. Again, those of you that follow me know that I use it a lot. It's kind of like my generic go-to embossing folder if I'm just looking for a nice little simple texture for a card. Okay. Then I have a 4x3 piece of Designer Series paper. Oh, Courtney's another purple person. Yay. So 4x3, and then this is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And those two I'm just going to adhere together. And like I said, I'm using a different paper, so it'll look just a little bit different, but not too much different, because it's, you know, all going to coordinate. And then I have 3 little strips. This card was actually my sample card. If any of you are on my group, this card was my sample card for my challenge for the month of December. So if you are, again, join my group, I do a monthly card challenge where I post a sketch, and then I post a sample of the card that I've created using that sketch. And then you guys have the whole month to upload a card that you've created with it. And then we vote on which card is the best for the month, or the favorite, or whatever. And that person gets to pick out $25 in product, Stampin' Up! Product of your choice, and I ship it to you. So, and I don't know if I've ever told all of you who my voting people are, but I have my daughters. I save them all to a folder, and I don't tell them whose is whose, and I let them see them all. My husband does probably 80% of them. Sometimes I might have one of my assistants that helps me pick it if she didn't participate that month. I'll let her pick. So it's just kind of a mixture of people who pick what they want and what they think is nice. So this was one of my sketches where it had 3 little strips, and then this piece is going to go on top of it, okay? And you're going to see that then, and the sketch had for you to put like little embellishments on the tails of the 3 little strips. So we're going to put dimensionals on there. So Diana, you must be a purple person too, huh? So purple is probably my second color. I am a pink person all the way. Again, a lot of you know that about me. I love pink. So when Lucas, the guy that's printing all of these caddies, and it's his design, when he couldn't get any more of that light pink and he went with the other pink, I'm like, people who like pink aren't going to care. Pink is pink. So, but I thought it was kind of cute because he was so concerned. He's like, yeah, the manufacturer quit. I only got like 10 of them. I think we've sold about 60 of them so far, because who wouldn't want one of them? And he was all worried that people were not going to like it because it was different. And I'm like, you've got nothing to worry about. You're good. So anyway, what I did on here, I wanted to showcase the little dies. This is one of the dies in the dies that are in the catalog. So let me show you them again. Bring that in so you can see. So these are the dies right here, and you can see you've got the little strips of hearts. You've got some that go down that are attached. There's 4 of them here, and then you've got like 6 of them this way, and I'm using the little 3 that are right there. And so what I did to showcase that is I cut a little piece of Pool Party, just big enough to go on here. And then we're going to adhere that little embellishment. So let me put this on with a couple of dimensionals. So I'm just going to put 2 on each end there. I agree, Philomena, because you know, to me, pink is pink, right? But he was so cute. He messages me over Christmas break on Facebook because when the university was closed for a whole week. So when he messaged me, he was like, I can't get that pink. I'm like, it's okay. They're not going to care. He was so worried. Catherine, I am located in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. It is in the center of Michigan. And I have been a demonstrator for 11 years. It'll be, 11 years this last fall. And I just recently crossed the 500,000 mark in my career to date sales, which is a huge milestone for me. I did that last month. And I work full-time at a university. I work at Central Michigan University, and I am the assistant to the vice president of information technology there. And I have been there for 22 years. And so the Stampin' Up! Is my fun job. I love it because I'm able to create and share stress-free. I don't have to have it feel like it's my job. Even though there's days I'd love it to be, but at the end of the day, I think, I don't know if I really want that or not, because this way I'm able to just kind of do it leisurely and not feel like I have to have it as my main thing. Oh, Molly, you're in Michigan as well. Yay. Torch Lake. All right. But if you guys see any of my classes that I offer, I ship them all over. They go all over the U.S. So don't let that stop you from participating in any of my classes. And I do also do local events in Michigan, local classes here in my basement. That's why I'm called the Basement Bunch Stampers. And then I also do some scrapbooking, crafting retreats, about 4 or 5 of them throughout the year. So yeah, it's just kind of been my little fun hobby turned into being able to share with everyone, and I love it. So just making my little bow here with the ribbon, and this one's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. And then I'm going to grab my glue dots. So Mary, you are in Canada. I love it. Well, welcome. I am so glad to have you guys here and part of my group, and I hope that you come back and watch me on up more Thursdays as well. So yes, I did, Courtney. Isn't that just crazy? I know what I didn't tell you guys. Oh my gosh, this is even, so those of you that, know Stampin' Up! And all that great stuff, I got a phone call this week that just shocked me. So I'm working at work on my day job, and my cell phone rings, and I could tell that it was somebody it was a Utah number. And I'm like, okay, someone's calling me from Stampin' Up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did I do something wrong? Didn't even dawn on me that they call when you reach every $100,000 dollar sales career mark. So usually at the 100,000, 200,000, it's usually our demonstrator development manager who calls. When I hit 400,000, it was one of the vice presidents from marketing. Well, anyway, you guys ready for who called me and who I talked to the other day? It was Shelly Gartner, the Stampin' Up! Founder, the founder of the Stampin' Up! And she used to be our CEO, and now she handed the reins down to her daughter. But I actually got a phone call from Shelly Gartner, and we talked for 15 minutes, and she called to congratulate me on my $500,000 achievement with the company. And I hung up and almost cried. I was like, oh my gosh, we talked for like 15 minutes about all kinds of stuff. She's just such a down-to-earth person. And anyway, it was just a wow moment for me because, she goes, am I speaking with Kim? And I said, yeah. She goes, hi, Kim, it's Shelly Gartner with Stampin' Up! And my heart, I think, fell right through the floor. But anyway, it was a pretty amazing moment. And so she was pretty excited too. She didn't know that I worked a full-time job. And so she was even more impressed with that I'm doing this and that. And anyway, so yeah, I had to share that with you guys. I forgot to share that in my announcements because I was going to. Okay. So there you have it, you guys. As you saw me put that card together, simple, real quick and easily here. I glued that down with the Tombow glue. Did the Happy Valentine's Day again. And you're right, Janet, you're right. And then here, this is just one of the little die cuts, again, from the dies. So one of the dies cuts out these all these little hearts. And it's just one die, so you get all the hearts at once, which makes it really, really nice. I'm telling you, my heart was beating fast, ladies. I was like, oh my gosh, Shelly Gartner. Oh my, I don't know why I let myself get that way, but it was, I guess I hung up and I almost cried. And of course I had to call my husband, and then I texted one of my really good friends and had to tell her. So it was so, so cool. All right. So again, a quick and simple, easy card. And again, not using a lot of the hearts and the stamps, using the paper and the embellishments. The only thing stamped on this card is the Happy Valentine's Day. So yeah, really cool. Okay, let me see what I got next here underneath my, so this is the card that I mentioned. I was totally inspired by the card in the catalog. And it was, isn't she just a sweetheart, Catherine? I think she is. I just love her. So this card was inspired from the catalog, and on this one I chose to use the Blushing Bride as my card base. And so for this one, I just want, and I never ever have a card that doesn't have a layer. I'm a big layering person. So even though I used Blushing Bride for my layer, and again ran it through that gingham, with that gingham embossing folder, but I still wanted to have a layer on here. This is cut 5 1/4 by 4. And this I put on with some dimensionals just to give it a little bit of the textured and raised look, okay? So we're gonna put this 4 dimensionals here in the corners. Those are sticking to my paper, driving me crazy, and I seem to constantly gravitate to that area too. I have to make sure I get underneath those good with my fingernail. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a dimensional on the 4 corners. We're gonna pick off all those backings and move them out of our way. And onto the floor. Okay, and this is just gonna go on here with a little bit of a border around the edge. And then I have a piece of my designer series paper. And this says love, and I'm not sure what else it all says because it's all of the different languages. So it's probably love in many different languages. Now, you can see that I used the back side of the paper for this. Thank you, Pat. And this I'm just gonna adhere down to my card. This I believe is 2 inches by 3 3/4, okay? So I'm going to adhere this down. Oh my gosh, those dimensional backings are gonna be the death of me. They get everywhere. And I'm gonna have a little bit of an edge showing. And then I cut out a bunch of these hearts. You're just gonna layer these wherever you wanna layer them and however you would like. So this one I did 6. This one I must have only done 5. So we're gonna just put 5 of them on, but that's okay. Again, it'll be just fine. So we're gonna do one like that. And you could also dimensional these on if you wanted to. I, again, wanted to keep it kind of, well, I'll put the big text me on, like that. So you can see you can kind of layer these however you want, and I'm just picking them up as I'm kind of going through with them. And we'll put the last one. I got glue on my finger so it keeps sticking to everything, like that. And then I have my little Happy Valentine's Day greeting, again on a 1/2 inch strip of basic white cardstock. This one I stamped with the darker purple in the gorgeous grape. This one I stamped using the lighter purple, which is the Highland Heather. So you can just see it gives it a little bit of a different look. And I think I used this little Happy Valentine's Day on almost every single, oh, one card I didn't. I love it. It's just perfect. Happy Valentine's Day. What else do you need to say, right? Anything else you can write on the inside of these. So, yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. So then you can put your little Happy Valentine's Day wherever you would like. And then I also topped this card with a couple of those little gems. So let me find them. And you can put them wherever you would like to put them. And I'm just gonna put them on the 2 bigger hearts, and I'm gonna put one down here on the bottom. All right, so there you have, cute little card. Again, you can kind of put those layers anywhere, or hearts, any way you wanna layer them. Quick and simple. That's a really simple, easy card. And you can see that a lot of these, I'm really letting the paper do the work for me on these cards. The only thing stamped is the Happy Valentine's Day. That's it. Oh, Pat, I'm glad you like that one. And hello to my sister Bonnie, who says she's late to the party. Hey, better late than never. We are glad to have you here. All right, so let me see here what I've got next. I think it's this one. Oh, I love this one. This is probably one of my favorites. I love the cute little heart lollipop. Look at the little heart lollipop. Isn't that cute? Okay, so for this one, I chose, once again, the Highland Heather for the card base. So this is my 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to fold that in half. And then I used, again, some of the yellow. I wanted to bring in some of those other different colors that's in the paper. You can see the yellows in this little paper right here. So we're just going to adhere that down as well. Down to my card like that. And then I cut some little strips of paper. So here is a good use of your scraps, right? So here we have a piece of the garden green, because that's in there. And then you can see these hearts go the opposite way. But you know what? It's okay. It's a scrap piece of paper, and that's kind of the whole purpose of using them up, right? And then we're just gonna layer those scraps in there. And you can see that I put the one that has the stripes, which is my less busy pattern, in the middle. So that way that lollipop sucker will really, really pop. Now, when I'm layering my strips like this, when I'm using up scraps, I like to layer, start from the outsides and work my way in. That way I have a better control over my spacing. So I'm going to put these two down first on the ends, and I can kind of gauge my little 1/4 of an inch look that I want. And then from there, I can place the middle one down and kind of center it where I want it to be in the middle, so it's got the right space between the other two. Okay? Hi, Maureen. It's okay. You can always go back and watch the replay later. And we got some snow over the last couple of days as well. So hopefully you are inside and warm. And we only got about, I would say, 4 inches here in Mount Pleasant over the last couple of days. But I've got a friend that lives in Ludington, and they got, well, it lives a little bit east of Ludington, and they got almost a foot of snow. And I'm just going, oh my goodness, wow. Okay, so this is just going to get adhered down to the center here, like that. And then this is part of some designer series paper, and we're just going to fussy cut out that little lollipop. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out this heart lollipop, and I love this heart lollipop. So I can tell you that I've eaten a lot of these little heart lollipop suckers. I'm sure you probably have too. You get them in a bag, and there's like 50 in a bag, and they're all red, and they have little saying on them, and they're like a really good cherry flavor. So that's what this reminded me of, was part of my own childhood. A lot of my Valentine's gift exchanges with my friends, I would get suckers. So they were very popular when I was a kid years ago. So anyway, I loved it. Just loved this little, so I had to use it as a little focal point. Oh wow, you got 10 inches? Oh, Carol, ick. Well, hopefully you are safe and warm and staying inside and crafting. It's a good time to craft, right? When you're stuck inside. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put my little lollipop. Oh wow, Maureen, you are really getting nailed with the snow too. Wow, wow, wow. So there's my little sucker. And then again, my little happy Valentine's Day. So same little Valentine's Day thing. Oh, Lori, you're so sweet. She says, I'll have actually a milestone birthday this year in the summer. You guys can probably guess by looking at me what that milestone might be. And I'm not looking forward to it, but it's all good, right? I always say you're only as old as you let yourself feel. So I just keep on. So there is that little card right there. Let me get them out of the way. So yeah, isn't that cute with that lollipop? I love that lollipop. All right, so that is that card. So my final card for you all tonight. Yes, Janie. So Janie, yes, I'm a weirdo. I like to say that about myself. I actually eat left-handed. No, I eat right-handed. I write left-handed. I cut right-handed. I golf. I do a little bit of everything. Whatever feels comfortable is how I do it. So yes, I cut with my right hand. Part of that is because when I was in kindergarten, that's all they had, and I had to get used to it. And that's, yeah. But when I was little, I used to color with both hands. My mom would tell me, like in kindergarten, I would color with both hands until one got tired and I'd use the other. And it was really like in first, second grade when I really started to be more predominantly left-handed. But I still do. And like if I'm using a keypad, like a 10 keypad, like the calculator, I was forced to do that right-handed. So there are certain things that I do right-handed. But everything else is left. Like I write with my left hand, I use the adhesive with my left hand. So yeah, when you guys watch my videos, if it looks a little different, it's because I'm a lefty with that. All right, so this is my last card for you all tonight. And again, we're gonna be perfect timing, so we'll be close on our 8 o'clock time. So this is, I use the basic white for my card base. And then I use the basic, or the real red, 5 1/4 by 4. Again, using that, that really awesome folder here. Now, this is one of my card classes that is available for the month of January. So registration link will be opening up soon. Anybody who puts in a minimum $30 order with the host code that I'll be posting in my description, you'll receive 3 of these cards in the mail already made as a thank you with an embellishment. So I'll also hook you guys up with an embellishment, okay? So this then is just some paper that I cut. This is the Blushing Bride, and a strip of this one. So this has got the little suckers. I remember those look like the little Tootsie Roll kind of suckers, right? I love it. Okay, and so this, I cut it a little bit big for a couple of reasons. So if when people are making my card, they can either do it like this if they wanted to. And so this, I believe, is cut 1 3/4. This is cut 2 by 4, and then this is cut a little bit smaller. Or you can just offset it like this. So for this one, I'm going to set it right in there and have a little bit of that pink on each side. Absolutely, Shireen. This is probably one of the most basic colors for, you know, Valentine's Day. So yeah, I had to do one of them kind of traditional. And then I'm just going to adhere this down to my card. Like this. Yeah, I'll be hitting the big 5-0 this year. So I'm sure I'll have some kind of a big ordering promotion for hitting that milestone. So be on the lookout for that in July, ladies. So then I did a circle with my layering circles. Okay. And I stamped "Happy to have you in my life" on the bottom. And that went on with a couple of dimensionals. So let me put a couple of dimensionals on this. So again, that sentiment is from the Sweet Conversations stamp set. Okay, right up here. So in all of my classes, usually only use one stamp set. So you have the option of adding on the stamp set to the class, or if you already have it, you can then purchase the class without the stamp set, and then you can just stamp your own cards when you get your kit. But my kit would include all of the supplies, so this would already be cut out. You'd get a heart to cut out, you'd get ribbon, all that good stuff. So anyway, my classes are 10 cards, so I always create 5 designs. You make 2 of each one. And the prices vary a little bit sometimes based on shipping, on how much things weigh, but all of that is in my links to all of my classes. So yeah, and of course they're a little bit not as expensive if you live local to the area and come to my class in my basement, because there's no shipping charges, and shipping charges are crazy these days, I tell you. All right, so this is just a heart that I cut from a piece of that designer series paper. And I'm just going to put a dimensional on here and put that on here like that. And then I did a bow with that beautiful red ribbon. Oh, Lori, you're so cute. All right. And I'm just going to tie a red bow here with that ribbon. This ribbon is very, very easy to work with, I have to tell you. It's a very easy and giving ribbon. Works great. And I'm just going to trim off my ends. And we're going to adhere that down with a glue dot. And then I have a glue dot stuck to my fingernail. Isn't that lovely? Thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. And that's just going to go up here at the top. So these strips, so normally, Marcia, whenever I cut my strips, this might actually be one, if I had a ruler here, this might actually be 1.5. then it would be 1 3/4. But usually I do them no bigger than 2 on the little strips that I bring down. And then the other one is always 1/4 of an inch bigger, so you could see it on each side. But for this sample, I chose to have more of it show just to kind of give you a different look of what you can do with your cards. All right, so let me bring in, oh, and I didn't top this one off with a couple of these little rhinestones. So we're just gonna put a couple of these on there like that. So let me bring in all of my cards from tonight so you can see them all. Aren't they just so cute? Oh, before I do that, who wants to see my Gumball Cards? So my Gumball Cards is a class that is gonna be going live in the next couple of days. And I am really excited about these. So these will all be out on YouTube videos soon, but check them out. We have a shaker card. Look it! We have another shaker card. This one I put little hearts inside of it and added little hearts around the other side. And then we have this one. This one's probably one of my favorites. And I paired it with the Brights Designer Series paper. So again, this is a class that I'll be offering. It's gonna be the 3 shaker cards. And then I have this one that is not a shaker card because I wanted to just showcase how to use the cute little gumballs as well. But these, like I said, this is a class. The class includes the domes. It includes the beads. You have the option of purchasing the bundle if you don't already have it. It also includes a little bolt of the linen thread for you to be able to make 2 of each one of these. And I think I just love them. Aren't they cute? So these you'd have to pay a little bit more for shipping, but they'd be great cards if you were just to give out to someone for birthdays or whatever. So anyway, those are the ones that like I said, I probably won't be doing these on a Facebook Live, but you'll be able to see all of these in YouTube videos, and this class will be opening up. I just sent it to my Delaney, who does a lot of my marketing, just a couple days ago. So you'll be seeing some emails coming out for this one as well. So anyway, all right, so let's just recap real quick on all of the cards that we made tonight. So these are the cards we did tonight. I hope that you enjoyed this bundle. I know I sure did. I'll probably do one more Valentine's Day card class, or not card class, but like a Valentine's Day Facebook Live presentation, the end in 2 or 3 weeks, because I wanted to showcase on just 3D projects and things you can do with different Valentine's Day candy and things like that. So anyway, thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. Again, be looking for those links for the different things I offer, classes, my caddies, all kinds of different things. Oh, and that little treat box. And here's our little treat box. So again, thank you all so very much for joining me this evening, and welcome back to our regular Thursday Facebook Lives. I appreciate you guys with the flexibility of me doing Wednesdays to be able to attend kids' concerts and Nutcracker performances that my girls are in and all that wonderful stuff. So again, thank you, and hopefully we see you back here next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be focusing in and showcasing some celebration products and some projects you can make with that. All right, thanks everyone. Bye.